and Quinto of Kapamilya Kingdom. This one is for Ailee. Ailee, what made you decide to do the collaboration with Troy? This question has many layers, okay? The next one is, do you have any other collaboration plans with Pinoy artists? And ideally, who? So let's start with the first one.
So what ultimately made me decide to work with Troy, to be honest, was Troy himself. Well, I loved the song. I had the opportunity to take a listen to the song that I'll be remaking, and I loved it right away. The melody was beautiful. I didn't really know what the song meant at the time, but I knew that the lyrics were going to be great. But the melody of the song really captured me. So I was wondering, oh, should I do this song? Should I do this song? But then I remember when I met Troy, I loved his energy, and he just has this gift of, you know, just how do you say it in English again? Just emanating great energy onto other people, and I felt that, and it really made me want to work with him. So I was just like, let's do it. Yeah.
Can you tell us about how you two met? Like, what was that like? What project was it for?
Oh, it actually wasn't a project. We met at the David Foster concert. So David Foster, called me up to the stage and asked me to sing. And I guess Troy knew who I was, and we just kind of linked from there. Yeah.
And Troy, how about your side of things? So, did you know who Ailee was at that time, and how did the friendship bloom?
Of course, I knew who Ailee was. I mean, I watched all her videos like you, all the OSTs and her covers of all the David stuff. And when, she came on stage, I was like, Korean American, like I was like the Korean singer. I was like, oh my God, it's Ailee. So that's how we met, and we played Stand Up for Love at the show. And I obviously was a huge fan, and I told her like, one day I would love to work with you. And when this project came about, I needed like Ailee on this record. I knew that she was perfect for it. She had like the perfect voice, the perfect emote, like the way she emotes songs. So it was perfect. Everything was I think it was kismet, it was fate. And I love that. Ailee, and also Ailee has been wanting to do a Tagalog song. So it was just, destiny.
Yeah.
And it's great that you mentioned, Ailee, that the main reason why you said yes to this is because of Troy, because of your friendship with him. And, of course, that is the title of this album. Kaibigan means friend in Filipino. Now, let's go to the second part of the question, Ailee. Ken Quinto asks, do you have any other collaboration plans with Pinoy artists, and ideally who?
I don't have any plans at the moment. But I'm open to the idea of it. I would love to do another Pinoy. I would love to do more Pinoy music and sing more in Tagalog. My fans in the Philippines loved my remake of KAHIT Isang Saglit with Troy. So I'm definitely open to collaborations.
We'll do it.
Yes.
Troy, you should recommend some great artists that might sound well with my voice.
Yes, we'll do it. I got you.
I'll let you think of that, Troy, later on. We're gonna ask you like which artist you think would be perfect with Ailee. But now let's go to our next question. This one is coming from Leo Balante of Rank Magazine. He asks, it is said so many times that music is such a universal language, and that songs speak through the heart, and that it doesn't matter what language or dialect one speaks, it could help bring out the message of any given song. Correct. What was the creative relationship or process like with Troy as a producer to really understand the meaning of the song and to make sure that nothing gets lost in translation? Has it been difficult for you, or has it been surprisingly easy?
I was wondering the whole time while I was in the booth, like, am I singing this song right? Am I saying this word right? Am I really relaying the correct message here? But Troy, we actually got to record virtually, like this setting. Yeah. So I was in the studio and he was on the laptop, fixing my pronunciation and translating the lyrics for me. It surprisingly went pretty well, but I was still scared. Like, am I saying this word right, Troy? Are you sure? Are you sure this is good? But he was just like, yeah, everything's fine. You sound great. That was it. And I was a little nervous, but Troy was being super supportive, and that, I guess, helped me as well to get through all the songs. But he's great to work with. He just makes everything more fun.
Oh.
Yeah. And the whole thing was just really fun. Just
We were
recording
laughing the
with
whole time.
him, and
It's a really
we
sad
were.
song, and we were just
I
laughing.
know. Yes. Yes. We were just cracking up throughout the whole session. We had a great time, even though the song was super emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this one is for Troy, still from the same friend from the media. It was mentioned that this song, Kahit Isang Saglit, is such a household staple for your families. It's very special. So how did you decide who gets to sing this? And what was your creative dynamic like with Ailee in bringing to life this iconic song, but still staying grounded to her artistry?
Kahit Isang Saglit is a song that was a staple and it still is a staple in my house. My dad used to sing it all the time. My dad's a singer, and when I thought of how I wanted to treat this song, I loved the versions that Julius did. I just took elements of that, and I really thought of a female singer. I wanted to be the song, like lyrically, is so emotional, so gentle, and so delicate, but still powerful. And that for me was Ailee. She had like the way that she emotes songs and the way that she carries the song and story tells through her voice is just so amazing. And I'm a huge fan of K-pop, and K-pop and OPM have so many share so many similarities. So I knew that this song would be not so much of a big it didn't go too far from what she was used to. So when she came and recorded it, it really sounded like I was listening to a Filipina sing it. So it was perfect. She really killed it. She doesn't, she's so humble, but she was actually the one that told me, like, what does this word mean? And she'll sing it a certain way, or what does that word mean? And she'll, she kind of tailored it to and it made sure that she was expressing what she was singing and what the meaning was. So it didn't get lost in translation for sure.
Oh, that speaks so
Thanks,
much
Troy.
about how much Ailee has so much respect for what she's doing, what she's singing. So thank you so much for going that extra mile, Ailee. And I was
Oh,
just
no
about to
problem.
ask
No problem.
Troy, because you said you sent her a copy of Kahit Isang Saglit, or was it Ailee who said that you heard a copy of an original Kahit Isang Saglit song by a Filipino. So which version did you send her, Troy? Because this has many versions, Ailee, because
Yes.
it's a classic.
Yeah.
Well, of course I had to send her Tito Martin's version, the OG, and then I sent
Yes.
her a version of Juris because I love the way that she sang it, like in the the soft tones, and it gave a female perspective on the song. So I sent her both versions, and Ailee obviously she studied it. She's a pro, and it shows in the recording. So yeah.
It's beautiful. We definitely love it. Now, let's go to the next question. This one is coming from Eugene Assis from People's Journal. This one is for Ailee first. Having conquered South Korea with hit songs, music awards, and OSTs, what else would you want to achieve, Ailee?
Oh, wow. Honestly, the first thing that I really want to do as soon as this whole pandemic is over is to meet my fans. I definitely want to go on tour so I can see my fans and just have fun with them once again. That's my main goal that I am hoping to achieve very soon.
Yes, and when Ailee says very soon, it is soon. She actually has something cooking. We'll be talking about that later on. But for now, let's move on to this question from Pauline Sonko of the Daily Tribune. So, what sort of significance does this collaboration mean for you? Let's start with Ailee.
Well, I guess this means a lot of music from different countries are starting to become more mainstream in different countries and starting to being recognized. And I feel like that really, that saying that you said, that music's I'm sorry.
Has no boundaries.
Yeah, have no boundaries. Sorry, I'm just seeing way too much Korean. So yeah, as you mentioned, like music has no boundaries, and I feel like these days that's becoming more and more true. And it just, makes me wonder how far these boundaries between, musics that we have so far will, just break down and just become one. And, great music will be great music throughout the whole world and will be listened to and will be loved by many people. And I feel like these days doing music in these times is really a blessing. And this collaboration, I guess, was a huge start for me as well, because I never thought that I would be singing in Tagalog. But yeah, here I am doing this interview with all these beautiful people here. And yeah, it's just a great opportunity to blend different worlds into one.
Thank you. Beautifully said. But Troy, would you like to add anything to that? Because you started this whole thing.
I mean, yeah, honestly, beautifully said. And just to add to it, I think that, with artists like Ailee and promoting OPM, and in this day and age, my mission is to have more Asian representation. With everything that's going on, I think it's really important to, show pride and celebrate who we are, especially as Asians. And I think with not just with this album, but with other projects that we are gonna do, and with Ailee, like with Korea and everyone, I think that if we get together and unite, we can, show the world that there's so much to offer. Asia has so much to offer, and I've always believed that. And I'm so happy that finally in 2021, it's being recognized and appreciated. It's so great, because growing up, I never had that. You know what I mean? There was such a limited amount of Asian representation. So I'm truly grateful, and it's a blessing.
Exactly. This is your gift to the future generations. Those who weren't, those who will be able to see someone who looks like them and hear their songs being sung by international artists as well. So thank you for that gift to the future generations, Troy. Now, Pauline also asks, this is for Ailee. Will you have more Philippine projects? What sort of preparations are you doing now for your upcoming concert?
I do have a concert coming up in Korea this Saturday. So it's only a couple days away. I don't have any projects that I'll be doing in the Philippines as of yet, but hopefully, as I mentioned before, I'll be back hopefully I'll return to the Philippines to do more shows so that I'll be able to meet my Philippine fans and yeah, just have a great time with them for all the time that we've lost throughout this pandemic.
And if when that time comes, when you come here, will you please sing this song live for your Filipino fans?
Of course.
It was a definite yes. Thank you so much, Ailee. Okay, now we'd like to know about your other projects. Let's start with Ailee. Anything you'd like to promote? I mean, we are loving your teasers. And spring is coming. We can't wait for it. Please tell us about this comeback of yours.
So I have my second album from the trilogy coming out on May 7th called Lovin'. It's the second album after the I'm album I released in fall. So far, 2 albums coming out is I'm Lovin'. A lot of people are saying the third album is going to be It, but no, it's not It. But yeah, I wanted to give off a very spring, light, and a breezy kind of vibe throughout this album. So the songs itself are very much like that as well. It's very light, and also it's very good to listen to in the springtime, and especially when you're driving in your car with great weather. I have a lot of songs being placed into the album this time for the spring album. I have 2 title tracks called Make Up Your Mind and Spring Flower.
So that's what it means. I saw the picture and it was in Korean characters. So
Yes,
it's spring flower.
Spring
Okay.
flower, yeah. Or yeah, spring flower. Yeah. I just translated it right now.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
the translation.
But the two songs are very different. One is the teaser, the art film that I released today is the vibe for the song Spring Flower, and Make Up Your Mind is a little more pop than the one that I released today. So I have 2 different kind of energies for the springtime being released.
Well, we're going to be looking forward to that again, guys. That is coming out this May. Is it May 7th? Is that right?
May 7th.
May 7th, yes. Okay, how about you, Troy? I know you're very busy. You are moving. I saw on your IG stories.
I sure am. Oh my God, you kept up. I am moving.